Well, you asked for it. Jumbo bakery style muffins, just like the ones I made in my bakery. You know, the ones with the high domes where the fruit doesn't sink to the bottom. They are soft and moist and loaded up with mixed berries. So how do we do it? It's easy. Grab a large mixing bowl because we are doing this all by hand. So first I'm adding some vinegar to my plant milk, and I'm using soy milk because that is the only one that will thicken up like buttermilk from our past lives. But you can of course use any plant milk that you love the most. Just be sure to add the vinegar since that is the activator for the baking soda. A touch of almond extract is optional, but I do love that subtle hint of almond in the background of these muffins. Now add the granulated sugar to the flour, and this is an important step because by doing it this way, the flour will actually coat the sugar grains, and this is what prohibits lumps when you add the liquids. But not before we add the baking powder, baking soda, and salt, and my secret ingredient, cardamom. Cardamom is a really beautiful spice that's sort of hard to explain, except that everyone will be asking you why your muffins taste so good. Now I'm using a combination of melted vegan butter and coconut oil today, but I have used all of one or the other, and I just really think this combination is the best for a light and spongy muffin. And if you don't want to use coconut oil, any vegetable oil is totally fine. Just give it all a whisk, and you can see that this batter is much thicker than a cake batter, and this is the reason why you're going to get nice high domes instead of flat tops, which is exactly what we're going for in a muffin. Not to mention the berries won't sink to the bottom in a batter like this one. So you can stop messing around with coating your berries in flour. Just get your ratios right and your work becomes a breeze. Now for the berries, I am using frozen berries as usual. You know me and my frozen berry addiction, but there's a method to my madness, and that is that first of all, frozen berries are often sweeter and much tastier than fresh berries, and the freezing process has already started to break down the cell walls of the fruit, resulting in a berry blast of flavor in every bite of muffin versus a fresh berry that sort of just stays intact like little pockets of whole berries. It's totally your preference though, but I'll always use frozen fruit in recipes like this one. All right, now I wanted jumbo bakery muffins today, but I can't for the life of me find my jumbo muffin pan. Every once in a while I clean out my pantries and I move things all around and then I can't find anything. So I have these ramekins instead, and with a parchment paper square, I can make my own muffin liners. Jumbo muffins are basically a double-sized muffin, so it's 2 scoops rather than 1, and then some streusel topping for that buttery crunch. I always have a bulk recipe of streusel in my freezer for moments like this. It's a really simple mix-up, and this stuff freezes for what seems like forever. So just add a heaping tablespoon to each muffin, and then into a preheated 375-degree oven they go. A little more than 35 minutes, and just look at these beauties. Perfect jumbo bakery muffins. I guess the only bad thing about using the ramekins is that they don't have that traditional muffin angle. This is more like a cylindrical shape instead of that narrow sloping bottom with the classic muffin top. The standard muffin pan definitely looks more like a muffin, but hey, whatever floats your fruit. Alternatively, you can transform this into a larger style coffee cake by baking the entire batter into an 8-inch cake pan. And don't forget, you can also use whatever fruit or add-ins that you like better. So comment below, let me know what kind you'll be making. The possibilities are endless, and I think some cherry chocolate chip muffins are in my near future with this awesome recipe. So head over to my website at gretchensveganbakery.com to grab the printable version with more tips and professional bakery tricks for success. A special thanks to my patrons on Patreon, most notably Bettina and Leo, for suggesting this recipe. If you want to join my awesome patrons for as little as a cup of coffee a month, click the links below to find out how. These folks are the ones who are keeping this channel going. They are helping me to offset the cost of the incredible cost of ingredients to test and perfect these recipes so that I can keep sharing them with everyone for free. All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy vegan baking. Bye for now.